Well, hey there, YouTube. This is Nicholas from Game Dev Maniacs, and here we are at the 8th and final episode of this beginner series where we learn how to make a simple 2D action game from scratch called Showdown. So, if this was your very first experience with programming or game development, you should actually be really proud of yourself. You have just built a fully functional and complete game from scratch. All the code and graphics, audio, gameplay were done one after another and assembled by just you. Sure, it's no Call of Duty, but still, this is quite a feat. It's not just a small demo either. The game you actually put together has several scenes with a proper title, ending, transitions. It's pretty fun and it's challenging to beat, and it has some music, sound effects, and it has multiple levels before you can actually reach the end. So overall, a pretty complete game in my opinion. Hopefully this whole thing didn't make you crazy. Taking a step back, you learned some really important concepts of programming like variables and conditionals, the game loop. You learn a bunch of Pico 8 instructions like sprite, map, print, and so forth. And overall, you wrote pretty much almost the entire code base, which is more than 100 lines of code. So hopefully by now you should know what each of these lines actually does. So before we part ways, there is still one more thing to do, and that is to publish your game. I know it's fun to be able to show your computer around and have your friends or family take turns playing what you've created, but with Pico 8, publishing your game on the internet for others to see and enjoy is actually quite easy. So if you have been following us from episode 1, you have most likely been using the educational version of Pico 8. This free version allows you to publish and share your game in two ways. The first one is you can save your game as an image. It's a virtual cartridge that you can share with others, either send by email or just share them through any means you want. Or you can actually publish your game into the official Pico 8 website and share the URL with your friends so that they can go into the website and play it directly. If you share the cartridge, you will need your friends to actually load it up inside Pico 8 themselves. So the first means require them to be a little bit familiar with Pico 8, whereas the second means, when you publish it on the website, allows your friends to just hop into the URL from any browser, click on a button, and play your game. So let's go ahead and show you both of those ways on how you can publish your game. Let's start with the virtual cartridge. Alright, so back in Pico 8, the first thing that you're going to be doing is pressing enter at the very top of your code. And this is probably something that we should have talked about, but there is a way for you to actually enter comments inside Pico 8. And this is done by using two hyphens and then entering the comment. Typically, the first two lines are going to be the comments associated with your cartridge. People will typically do the title of the game and then the credits in the second line. So here, let's go ahead and type Showdown, and you can, of course, enter your name here. The second thing you need to know is that whenever you create a cartridge, the system will require you to have some sort of image. Just like for any video game that you have, you need to have some sort of screenshot that displays what your game is about. And this is done by pressing Ctrl and 7 at the same time. So for that, we are going to be running our game, and then during the first phase of the duel, we'll just go ahead and take a screenshot. So let's go ahead and save and run the game. We'll just go ahead and skip this and then press Ctrl 7 right now. As you can see at the bottom, it captured a picture, which then will be used for the image. Let's go ahead and press escape again. You will go ahead and type save, the name of your game, but this time you will type .png. This is how it will instruct Pico 8 to save it as an image. I already have this file existed, but on your end you may not have it. As you can see, it's now appearing inside my downloads folder inside my browser. I will go ahead and type load, and let's say someone sends it over to me by email or something. By pressing load, you will have access to your folders, and you can just pick whatever game you want. And this is the way that you can just select it and open it up. Now the game has been loaded, and other people can just play it by using run. So that's the first way that we can share the game. And let's talk a little bit about the second way. For that, you are going to need to register an account on the Pico 8 website. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to take your browser and navigate to lexalophil.com. So once you're there, you are going to go to the top right section and click on New User right here. You're going to have to pick up a username, pick an email address, and here you have to complete this game by picking up the coins using the directional keys on your keyboard. This will give you a passcode that you will then have to enter into this text box here. Make sure to agree to the terms of use and then go ahead and sign up. So once you are back into the website, you can go ahead and click on Pico8 here. This will bring you to the Pico8 section of the website. And what you want to do now is to click on the cards section. Let's go ahead and click here. I want to show you the various cards that the community is building on a daily basis. And this is an awesome place to discover how people are building their games and publish things online. What you want to do to publish your own game is to click here at the top on New Post. First, the title is typically used to enter the name of your game. You can enter some tags to allow people to find your game more easily. And then inside the category, you can pick something that basically reflects the type of work that you have been doing. So for my cartridge, I'm going to just pick tutorials here. Let's go ahead and add a couple of notes. Created. Right, and then the most important part here is to add the cartridge. I will go ahead and create a new identifier. We'll type the name of our game. So let's go ahead and click on continue. And we are going to pick the image that we generated earlier. This is the file that was just exported. Go ahead and click on open. You can agree to the terms of use and then don't forget to click on upload. So now that we have the file that's been uploaded into the system, you can see that the cartridge has been created alongside with the screenshot that we had. Don't forget to click the license and whether other people will be able to play this game. And then don't forget to insert the cartridge into your blog post. So here, for example, I'm going to just place it here. And let's go ahead and click on preview. This is a cartridge created for the YouTube series for Showdown. That's pretty much all that we need, and we are going to publish. And there we go. We now have our game that's being published, and other people can play it by either using this identifier here, or they can go into the website and you can share that URL with them so that they can play your game directly. If you are feeling rich and want to support this Pico8 platform, feel free to hop into the website and you can see that there is a more advanced version where you can actually both explore titles of the console and you can also export the game to various other formats. You can export the game for HTML, which is that it will create a file that you can send out to itch.io or other distributing platforms. You can also create a binary for Windows, for macOS, or for Linux that you can just distribute as its own game. Once again, you will have to hop on lexalophil.com and the retail price for this is $15. And this is it for this series. I hope you found it useful and informative, and I hope that everything made sense for you. If not, please don't hesitate to ask questions in the comments below. And if you make any changes to our game, please send me the URL on the Pico8 website. I just love to take a look at what you've done. If you want to support this channel and want to see additional series of tutorials, let me know in the comments and you can hit the like and subscribe button. In the next series, we will go much faster on the concepts that we've learned in this series. We'll actually be spending a lot more time learning about new concepts like functions and objects. This will allow us to have much better code and create a game that's just so much better and more fun than this one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for sticking with this until the very end, and hopefully you start building your own games with what you've learned. Cheers and happy coding.